Look, patch day, patch day, patch day. It's January 8th, and there was a Madden patch. Now, you know how we do this. We're going to look at what they say happened, and we're going to test out what they say. We're going to fact check EA on this patch. Title update, January 8th title update. I don't know which title update it is. It is 60% off right now on PlayStation Deluxe Edition until January 17th. A little free advertising for EA. Gameplay. This is what we're here for. This is what we care about. There's going to be some other stuff, maybe we'll talk about for a second, but we are a gameplay channel. That's what we go on. All right. First thing, gameplay-wise, increase the amount of force necessary to cause a physics-based knockout on interception attempts, reducing the amount of dropped interceptions. Essentially, what this is saying is that there are a lot of dropped interceptions in this game, right? I think we can all agree on that. One of the reasons for this is that you drop interceptions in traffic, essentially, because the ball gets knocked out of the DB's hands, right? This kind of makes sense. The issue is that for me and for a lot of other players, we feel like it happens a little bit too often where there's any kind of contact, your DB just always drops it. So we can actually kind of test this. It's a tough test, honestly, especially with the CPU, like, because they will bat the ball down quite often. So I'm just going to throw a slant a few times, just see if we kind of get some weird drops or anything like that. Again, this is a weirder, like, one to test. Yeah, this is going to be a pain to test. I think this is going to be one where you kind of feel it more through games. Honestly, in the past, when they said stuff like this, being super truthful, I have had a lot of issues with it being true, and dropped interceptions will still be a thing. The thing with dropped interceptions is you don't realize them. Like, you don't realize a dropped interception is better because you catch the interceptions. You're like, oh, cool. You get mad about dropped interceptions when you drop interceptions, right? That's when you're, like, mad. When you catch an interception, you're like, yeah, I should catch that. Yeah, duh. Right there, that was actually kind of a 50-50 where I'd like to see that get caught. That's actually a good example of it not really working. And we'll see this right here. Kind of again, those are 50-50 balls, but I am very much of the belief where if you're throwing this, like here, you'd like to see that ball get picked off. It's just a really bad read. So I'm not sold on this. I don't doubt that maybe drop interceptions are a little bit better. You don't drop maybe as many, but it's just a tough thing to, one, test, and then it's just, I don't know. It's always had a big thing. And dev note right here, we've noticed lots of feedback regarding too many dropped interceptions. We found that many of the drops were a result of physics-based catch knockouts. In this title update, we increased the amount of force necessary to cause a catch knockout interceptions, which will result in fewer interception drops. This gameplay adjustment will apply when playing on the competitive game style. Excuse me. This is something they say a few times throughout this patch note, or this update, is the competitive game style. The only thing I'll say on that, I haven't fact-checked myself on this, so don't take this 100%. But in the past, when I've looked at these, I don't ever remember them, like, really stating what game style they're targeting. And I might be wrong. And they do it numerous times throughout this, which is interesting to me. It's just a little bit different wording from them. And it usually, differences in wording have some sort of purpose behind it. And I don't know, it's just interesting that they're being very specific with this game style. Maybe it's nothing. Who knows? General tuning to lower the ratings threshold necessary for a player to have a guaranteed catch chance on an interception attempt on competitive game style. This gameplay adjustment will apply when playing on competitive game style. Okay, they really hammered down the competitive game style twice. So general tuning to lower the rating threshold necessary for a player to have a guaranteed catch chance at an interception attempt. I literally, this is just like, instead of needing 80 catching, maybe you need 70 or 60. I never really had too many issues with, like, wide open dropped interceptions. I had issues like wide open, like, swatted interceptions, and I have issues with, like, contested interceptions being dropped. But I would like to know, like, a situation that this is applying to specifically, outside of just, like, you just need a lower catch rating now to catch picks, maybe. But we just kind of saw a second ago that maybe wasn't totally true. So I'm not going to necessarily test this one out. We just kind of did some stuff, but interesting. I don't know. Updated the throwing dots achievement description to appropriately detail what is necessary to unlock the achievement. My achievement hunter's out there. There you go. Reduce the accuracy of high throw mechanic passes on competitive game style. We're going to test this, but first, dev note. We are reducing the pass accuracy of high throws to bring more gameplay balance between offense and defense based on player feedback. The mechanic will still be effective, but players will not be able to successfully use it with such high frequency. This gameplay adjustment will apply when playing on the competitive game style. Yet again, they're saying that. I'll give a really good example of when you might see a high ball, okay? This should be a pretty good one. Well, this will be a good test. We'll throw this Let's throw 8 times. Right? Let's throw it 9 times. That's what we should do. We're going to throw A. All right? Our tight end corner route. Let's just see. We're high balling Jared Goff. Inaccurate. That, like, yellow throw, inaccurate. Okay. Mind you, you could green it, but, like, we'll just mess around. We're on all Madden right now. Again, this isn't, like, the end-all, be-all, but I am curious, right? Another one. Another inaccurate. Now, it actually does kind of look accurate the way the catch animation's working out, but it is saying inaccurate. I'm going to go a little bit more open right here, and we're going to high ball. Remember, to high ball, and that's a red one. Okay, again, this is just Jared Goff, so nothing crazy. But interesting. Let's go. We'll highball it again. Again, another yellow one. Interesting. We have yet to get like a good, clean pass. Interesting. Let's see. I'm going to get him wide open this time. Again, we're getting... You know, what's crazy is that these yellows are just resulting in, like, they're still, like, open. Or, like, they're still being caught even. Or not caught, but being accurate. Let's go B. All right, we're done with the test. Boom. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of saying. Like, you see the orange right there, but it's not really like, it's kind of like, who cares? We had the one red. I wonder if there's like, going to be a bigger penalty for pass leading. Well, even right there, we get the red, but we're still like pretty accurate on it. Interesting. Every time I have been inaccurate. But it's like, I'm like pretty fine with that. And that's the pass lead I'm doing too. Interesting. I don't know. It does seem like they're not super accurate. It is tougher, though. But, like, oh, it does seem like we're not getting the super accurate, like, feedback. But, I mean, I clearly am getting accurate throws. That one was, honestly, that was probably accurate. I just swerved out of the way. Huh. Okay, yeah, I mean, we were going to do an actual test, but no. We are, when I'm pass leading, I'm getting a lot of reds, I feel like. When I'm pass leading to the side, I'm getting a lot of reds. Let's do it again. But, like, that was a catch and stride. You know what I mean? That's accurate. Interesting. Okay. Again, this is practice mode, Jared Goff, so do keep in mind that stuff can be different. But, wow, we just killed J-Mo. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not sold on that, I don't think. It's, again, it's something that you might have to try a little bit in-game. Like, that's where you can really see it. But, I mean, that is, like, the downfall of kind of testing things like this, but... Okay. Not moved by that. I don't hate them being accurate either, to be honest with you. The biggest issue with high balls is just defenders underneath can't animate on them at all. That's the worst part. User-controlled ball carriers are no longer able to dive when their ball carrier coaching adjustment is set to conservative. You can still slide and give up, but you can no longer dive. This was a dumb exploit that people were doing, where they would dive forward on conservative and never fumble. So we'll just test this really fast. I assume this was going to be true. You just hold X or square. And yeah, I can't. I'm just going to get myself up. Is that what it is? Let's get into open field a little bit. Dive! You just give yourself up. Let's see what it looks like with the QB. Oh, okay. This might be tough for a second. Let me... we'll try it again. QB is probably going to be the exact same now. And yeah, holding X slides, which I'm actually a big fan of. I've dove way too many times on accident with my QB in the past. Boom. Cool. W. I'm a fan of that. That was a dumb little thing that people would do. Increase the chance of catch knockouts when receivers hit immediately after the catch point. I don't even really know how to test this in this scenario. I really do think this is just like a thing you have to just kind of see. We'll see with it. I've played a game or so. Didn't really notice a difference, but maybe there is. Fix a physics-based tackling issue that would cause a ball carrier to spin on the ground after a hit stick. Yep. Addressed an issue where also wide receiver in this specific play would block the wrong assignment. Yep. Okay. Cool. Okay. Playbooks. This is a big thing. They actually, I had access to like a spreadsheet with some of the stuff. They're very. I'm very grateful they're willing to give me like a look-see into. And yeah, there's a lot of new stuff and new updates. There's 800 updates. That doesn't mean 800 new plays, but it means 800 different changes they made, which includes new plays, includes new formations, and formations that are only in some playbooks being added to more playbooks. So I want to show you some of the cool ones that I've seen so far. I want to let you know real quick that we have a 30% off sale going on right now on my website, civil.gg, using code P30. This can unlock the best offensive and defensive schemes in Madden 25 and College Football 25. We have over 300 individual pieces of content up on the site right now. And by joining, you'll be joining a community of over 1,000 active members that are actually winning more games using our stuff. We did a survey the other day where we got 159 responses. 98% of those people said that they have won more games since joining. And you're not just getting content from myself, but you're getting content from some of the best players in the world literally every single week. The link to civil.gg is in the top of the description. And again, with code P30, you're gonna get a cool 30% off. If you wanna start winning more games, that is the place to be. I'll see you over there. And now let's get back to the video. So first one, we're actually in a playbook that we're familiar with on this channel some, which is the Philadelphia Eagles playbook. And you know I like this because it has a lot of trips, tight end, flex in it, right? And we've rocked some of the normal Y off close too. Well, they added in trips, tight end, and it's just one tick to the right. So you could go, and this is actually like the Alabama college football trips tight end or the Seahawks trips tight end, where you have these kind of motions like this. And they have the good plays. Like they have curl flat, which is a very good like play people use, vertical, speed option, flood, cross under is a unique play that isn't in many playbooks. And then obviously these auto motion plays, which aren't great, but oh, these plays are cool. These ones aren't great. And so it's like, and read option. Like this is a very legit like mini scheme we have here from this to this. I will say I do hate that those receivers flip. That makes me mad. But this isn't a new play or anything, but it is a pretty massive update. They also gave the Eagles this, which is the wing slot. Let me make sure I get the right one. Yeah, wing slot weak. And the new plays here are these three. Motion tight end lead option, motion halfback wheel, and motion PA slot option. So we just call this play motion PA slot option. This play is unique for this wheel route. This is different than a hot routed wheel. And so he gives a little bit more horizontal. Now this play right here isn't great, but the wheel like gets very horizontal, which can be kind of cool. And appears to be a little bit of a man beater, but that's one little cool change we've made. Now let's go to the Vikings playbook and showcase a few, or actually just a whole new formation they added. Bunch spread nasty, okay? This is kind of similar to the bunch Y flex, but different. So bunch spread nasty, we're gonna go here. I'll be 100% honest with you, and this is me being a kind of a buzzkill, and I'm sorry. I don't like these orbit motion halfback plays because they're not based off of like, if there's like a screen or something with these, it'd be really cool. And like a good screen, obviously. The issue I have with this, for full transparency, is because there's no screen. Let's say we wanted to throw it to our halfback, okay? Like we want to dump it down to him. This is just not a great route. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I only gained 3 yards on that, and he gets so behind the line of scrimmage. Just not great. Like, I'd rather just have my guy on, like, a flat or something. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, it's fine, but it's honestly more, like, for good looks than it is actually good in the game. It's unfortunate. I wish there was, like, a screen, or, I mean, there's double passes in this game. Might as well give this a double pass. I'm serious. Like, that's how this becomes kind of cool. Like, this, it's, why, like, and genuine question. Like, genuinely, what is the difference, especially because we're already motioning, from doing this or putting him on a table route and, okay, well, we're just gonna, he becomes 5 wide. Nice. Fine, we'll put him back in and we'll put him on an in route. Okay, like, might as well just do the in route then, right? Because the in route can beat man coverage and he's gonna get more yards. You know what I'm saying? So that is one little thing. I'm kind of nitpicking. Like, I'm a big advocate for adding new things into the game and stuff like that. I am major, though, on everything being, like, super usable. I don't think these are very practical, these 3. With that being said, I think this formation's really cool, and I want to be a little bit more positive. One of the plays I think is really nice, and this is in Seahawks book as well, is a cheat slot cross. Let's go here. Let's go random play on defense. Now, the way I'd set this bad boy up is actually streak him. Let's drag our outside wide receiver and post route our tight end, Hawk. So it's going to look like this right here. This is going to be a basic high-low concept over the middle, with a backside in. They sent some pressure right here, and the backside in. Well, we had the post, but you kind of see that backside in getting across, right? Let's go again right here. Same idea. This is a very, like, fundamentally sound play that is going to be good in every single year. We have B. I'm just going to hold off and try to throw. We don't have A. You get the idea, though, right? The A isn't a money route. The play in itself is a money play, though. Like, genuinely. Let's actually just throw to an open guy this time for once. Let's do this. And you could also put the halfback on a flat if you wanted. And hey, we have B. We have A. There we go. Finally get to hit A. But whenever you run these plays like that have a quick drag, CPU sucks at defending drags. Hit the drag quick against the CPU. Okay. Very, very easy, though. This formation as a whole is cool. And then we have, like, the motion deep over. This is, am I using this for the halfback motion? Like, probably not. But is there something to be said for the fact that we have 2 unique routes here? One very steep corner route, and then this cross. I think that's pretty cool. And it looks like this guy's on a check and release. Interesting. Huh. Dang. A couple unique routes is pretty cool. Like, I think this formation, very, very nice as a complementary formation inside of either this playbook. It's in a few others, but also the Seahawks playbook too. Quick little thing with 3 new plays to bunch tight end and Vikings with the boomerang mesh traffic, boomerang PAY wheel, and the boomerang halfback off tackle. Boomerang mesh traffic is not very good, but the PAY wheel can be cool. Same with the off tackle. Again, my kind of issue with this, and this is legitimately just feedback for EA, is like Justin Jefferson is not a threat on this route. Like, so look at the route. Say I throw him here, and then, you know, I gain yards after the catch. I gain 3 yards on that. Like, that's me fighting and falling forward. I would love to see this guy be a wheel. All he needs to be is a wheel, and it becomes very usable, right? All he needs to be is a wheel, or, I mean, a Texas, like, you can put a Texas in there too, but, like, just saying, oh, yeah, bang, nice. Like, in that motion, if you wanted to have him go as, like, a flat pattern, have him curve up. Because then it's like, oh, here we go. This play is pretty unique, though. Tight end wheel going across the formation. You see him actually get butt booty naked right here. Let's go. One hand. Good job, TJ. It's a cool thing. Especially, like, I would probably get rid of this motion. And I would do, I mean, you could do a lot of different things here, I feel like. This post from him is cool. This post is actually pretty cool, as we don't get it open, but it is a nice post. I do want to point out inside the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playbook that their they got a bunch tight end added here. And what's cool is that they have a read option, which is nice. They have, you know, some of these plays here, which is pretty cool. They have a lot of the good plays. They have whips. They're going to have a couple of these right here. And look at motion divide. Motion divide has one of those routes that people fawn over. This is a stock fade. People love their stock fades. This post route is also like a good post, so keep that in mind. There is a big tell with this, though. Look at who my B receiver is. My B receiver is my tight end in this case. If I'm on a different play, my B receiver changes to the inside slot. That is a tell. Tough to tell, but it is a tell. Okay. Now, a play I do want to point out that they did add that is brand new is a motion smash and go. Cool play here. This little out route's unique. I don't even know what this is going to look like. Let's try it. Interesting. Hey, not bad. Chargers playbook, I just want to point out they added the split tee into this. This is a full house tee. Now, I do hate one thing. Like, I'm being kind of negative with some of these plays. I don't want to be. I'm very happy they added this in. I hope there comes a day where EA makes the full house tee more, like, reminiscent of how it's ran in real life. Now, teams don't run it how it's ran at real life at the low college level or the high school level, because Madden treats it like it's just a pure like power formation where you have two lead blocker always, and that's not how it's ran at like I don't want to say the highest level, but like the most in-depth level in real life. And if you're curious, you should look it up. It's very, very cool. Or the wing tee, like Navy ran a lot of wing tee this past year. It's just cool. But yeah, I just want to point it out. I grew up running the wing tee in high school, so yeah. So Dolphins playbook got gun tight added to it. And I just want to show there's some PA clear cross. Bro, that is the old PA slot corner meta play. Oh my gosh, it's this. Ugh. This play's the worst. Ugh. Oh yeah, dot. One hand. Yup. Nice. There's a couple of new plays added into this gun tight as well. Let's see. What we got here? We have, yeah, his motion plays are new. Little return route action in the middle. That's actually a cool one. Return routes, big fan of them. You know that. And then also PA deep read. I mean, that's kind of a nuts play. But cross divide is kind of cool. And then bench spray is interesting too. Interesting. These are interesting plays. What does cross H divide look like? Okay, sure. I don't foresee myself ever running this, but maybe. Y was a touchdown right there. Interesting. Interesting. Can I stem this at all? Oh, I can, kinda. You can't really do anything with it, but interesting. Huh. But that's just some of the ones I like, dude. There's a lot of changes in the playbook, so whatever playbook you're running, you'll probably find a change or two in it. whether it's a new formation, new play added in, or it's just something like that. It's cool stuff. I'm a huge advocate for them doing stuff like this because it does help the game stay fresh. And we're going to throw a return route to end this bad boy over the middle. Boom. Hurdle. I'll see you guys all in the next one.